In the northeastern region of Texas and into Louisiana lies the largest cypress forest in the world. After a little research and scouting, I found out that one of the best ways to view it would be by kayak. Taking it a step further, I would be starting over 15 miles upstream in the picturesque town of Jefferson, and I'll be making my way down the Big Cypress Bayou, surrounded by the towering cypress trees for which it is aptly named. Before heading out, I had a few questions to answer, like where I should launch, how fast the current was going, and how fast I could go so I could correctly calculate the distance to time ratio. I needed to come out here to test which way is downstream and to see how long it will take me to run a mile. So I feel like I'm making pretty good pace. It's pretty still out here to me, outside the wind pushing some of the water around, which I'm not complaining because I'm gonna have to row upstream today. Current's not that strong, then that's in my favor. Yes, certainly. The weak current would be in my favor for that day. But oh, the next time, little did I know how much I would pay. Okay, so I am at the start of a kayaking adventure. We are here in Jefferson, Texas, and we're gonna go about 15 miles down the Big Cypress Bayou, and I think it's gonna take about 7 to 8 hours. I came here last week, and I did a mile in about 30 minutes. I'm estimating, I did about 20 minutes, but I'm estimating taking our time, and it'll probably be 30 minutes each mile. And we're gonna see some stops along the way. I know there's some restaurants off the edge towards the end of where we're going, so we're gonna stop there also and show you that. Initially, I had planned to paddle into the world's largest cypress bayou alone, but after talking it over with my South African friend Pierre, I managed to convince him that there was no better way to see and experience America than through the swamps of East Texas. Despite what he says now, he gladly agreed, so off we went in our kayaks with blind optimism. That is the face of determination. Let's see if he still has that face 15 miles later. Jefferson is one of the oldest towns in Texas, and with its long storied history, the town hosts the largest Civil War reenactment in Texas. And it so happened that we paddled past it at the start. This multi-day event is worth the visit to get a feel of Jefferson in its heyday. This is where they're sleeping. This is where we can get them. The mystery that a large cypress forest is going to bring with its hanging Spanish moss and its shallow rivers and lakes is ever so tempting to a purveyor of tall tales. So stories and reports of Bigfoot, or the Caddo critter as it's known around these parts, are going to be inevitable. Now, whether or not you believe this, one thing is for certain: alligators, as I have personally seen on a previous trip. About 3.4 miles in, we came across a random school bus hanging over the bayou's edge, and with an accessible bank, we went ashore to stretch our legs. Found this old school bus over here. And what is the reason, Pierre?
Got lost maybe.
Yeah.
Late at night.
Coming home from a ball game, got lost. I've seen that happen before.
Somebody wanted to turn it into like a cabin,
Yeah, maybe like, hey, Airbnb, beautiful location, natural AC. All right, we're leaving our bus location, a little picnic area. We got 20 more miles to go.
Well, the whole trip was 50.
Oh. I think we got about,
15?
It was 15. Yeah, it was 15. Let's see if I can get up into this bus. We just left our first rest area about 4 miles in, and yeah, it's 9:52 right now. So we got about at least 5 more hours left. My lower back was hurting, but I think after stretching my legs, it helped out a lot. We're moving along. We're moving along steadily. Battling aching backs, speeding boaters, and tiring arms, we continued on, soon to meet a welcome relief. Found this undiscovered island. Well, I guess it was discovered. Look at this little drawbridge contraption that this guy made. It's kind of unique. We are approximately halfway through, and I can say I am honestly beat right now. I don't know how I'm gonna dig down and get some more out of myself. My lower back is like killing me right now. I think that's my main problem, is my lower back. But we have about another 8 miles left. We're about to go to this shortcut area. It's a little shortcut. I'm gonna see how it looks right now, but hopefully this will save some time. And there's another shortcut area too that I'm looking at, but I don't know how that one will look. This one, I'm more confident about this shortcut than the other shortcut. Like I said, we got about another 7 miles, and I'm just gonna have to get to paddling. Right now, it's a lot of silence and just straight work. But first, we came across a turtle in distress. Not one to think a turtle would strand itself in such a precarious position. Pierre gave it a nudge.
Hard.
He is stuck.
Well, you'll see if you start to kick now.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Well, let's save an animal right here.
Coming in to save the day is Pierre.
I don't want to run him over either, right?
Yeah, he's like all dried out.
Yeah. Don't worry.
That's a,
I've
never seen that.
Now he's probably gonna drown.
He forgot how to swim.
In the water.
Oh no, there he is. No, there he is.
He's like 100 years old.
He came up. Not all heroes wears capes.
Exactly. They wear life jackets.
It wasn't long before we came onto the welcome relief, a swift moving current. We stopped again for a brief break before floating along this current for a couple of miles, which proved to help our morale. Look at the current. Woo! Just letting the current take us right now. Enjoying the current while we have it. Hopefully it continues, but I doubt it. It was all soon to come to an end, because shortcut number 2 fell short of expectations. Halfway through, we were presented with a destructive path of a tornado. We're gonna find a way! Never mind. After several futile attempts to make it around the debris, we had to face defeat and go the long way around. To make matters worse, our strong current ended. It was back to paddling and battling and earning every inch, foot, yard, and mile. So we took this shortcut, and it was a gamble because a tornado came through. And it totally shut it down. It's a bummer because I wasted time coming into the shortcut. And now we have to turn back and go around. What it is. Once the next time. So we have gone about 10.5 miles right now. We've got about 5 or 6 miles left. And but it is. We had a good current going. Now the current has stopped and the wind's in our faces. So it's gonna make these next few miles tougher than the last 5 were. So, but right now we got some great views. Some houses. We continued on, weaving our way through the walls of cypress trees. The Great Log Jam soon came to mind and its significance on commerce in these parts. It was a 100-mile log jam downstream on the Red River that was believed to be caused by an earthquake. In turn, it backed up large amounts of water, which gave riverboats access to Jefferson, a thriving riverboat town. However, after Henry Miller Shreve and the Army Corps of Engineers removed the logjam, Caddo Lake changed shape. After dropping more than 10 feet, navigation became a challenge for the riverboats. But to see steamboats coming down this thing, I know it was much wider at the time because of the Great Log Jam, but it's still wild to think about that over 100 years ago, that was happening over here. What does that say? Big?
Cypress.
Oh, Big Cypress. Pirate shop?
Pirate shop?
Hey, where are the pirates at?
Pirate ship. Sunken pirate ship.
Oh. Because it's shaped like a boat?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
because it's in the middle of the river.
middle of the river? Continuing to maintain our pace, we began to pass by lodges and restaurants built alongside the edge of the bayou. These places would be a great launch point if you were just looking for a light paddle. We were planning on stopping at a restaurant along the way, but because of time constraints we put on ourselves, we didn't manage to stop. But if you do have time, these would be nice places to stretch the legs and fill the appetite. You can come here and they got some great food over here. Just park your kayaks right there on the side and you come on in. In our last few miles, the bayou really opened up, and with the wind in our faces, it really gave us a run for our money. We paddled on, hoping that around each long bend that we would see the bridge. We got another mile, I'll say another mile left, hopefully. Oh my goodness, arms are shaky. Oh, we got waves. We got waves we're dealing with. Oh, they can't shake us. The Big Cypress pirates. Let it be known, you can't shake these two pioneer kayakers.
Yeah, never been done before.
Never been done.
To where, but that guy asked me, where you guys headed? I don't know, ask that guy.
It seems like it's been forever. Feel a little lightheaded. I've been drinking a lot of fluids and had a couple of fruits. So maybe it's just out here in the sun. Almost time. We're almost there. This is a large bend that we're going around. And from there we should see the bridge that I parked my truck at. Like, this has been nearly straight paddling. There is a slight current, but really it's been 15, 16 miles of straight paddling. It is a much more strenuous effort than going down a river that has a strong current. Because if you want to move on this river, you got to be paddling. There is no workaround unless you have a motor. But we're not motoring today. We're doing 16 miles of straight paddling. And it's fun, and it's enjoyable, and I love it. I do like it, but I am going to be tired. And though it seemed it would never come closer, but at last we touched land. Over 8 hours on the water, 17 miles later, the challenge was completed. And with aching bodies, sunburnt skin, and promising we will never do the sorts again, we headed home. But a deep sense of accomplishment settled in, and soon plans of other challenges already started to creep in.